options, so on and so forth. All of that is free. So please reach out. You can always, call our number that we'll post later. You can always reach out to me. And Michelle knows when I introduce here in a second that I always pass along names and numbers, and her team always follows through. And that's why, here at ABC13, we have been committed to work with Workforce Solutions because there have been proven results week and week and week. So a number of you are getting jobs, a number of you are finding different programs, all because of this. So we want to keep it going, and we're almost approaching 2 years, which is incredible. So I want to bring in my other half here who's been with me for almost these 2 years, Michelle with Workforce Solutions. Michelle, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Nick. Thank you so much for having us back at Workforce Solutions. We really do look forward to Thursdays because this is so different and fun for us because it's what we do. We are committed to helping our community. This is our passion, and so to be able to do this with you and do our work in a different way is really exciting to us. So we love being able to share these job opportunities, and today we have a little bit of advice. All of the conversation has been around inflation and rising interest rates. And so we have a little bit of information about credit history. So, we're hearing the news on the big national macro levels, but wanted to take the opportunity to share a little bit of information about how our individual credit history can possibly in fact impact our job search. So some hopefully some good practical advice. And you know me, I always tap into my personal experience to be able to make this information real. And so, we'll do that again. And again, if you need help with the jobs that we're going to talk about today, or if you need other jobs, if you need some practice, if you are just looking for a little bit of coaching in terms of you're leaving your job, you're getting the job leads, but you want to do some practice interviews, reach out to us. We're at 713-243-6663. That is the ABC13 hotline. I like to say it's the best of the best. These are career advisors who are experienced, and it is a privilege to be on the ABC13 hotline. So if you're calling the ABC13 hotline, you're getting the best of the best. Again, it's all free. And so these folks want to work with you. They want to be part of your career journey. So just reach out to us, 713-243-6663. They're there Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. So never hesitate to reach out. It is, again, it's our pleasure to serve our community. And for all of us, it's an honor to be part of the ABC13 who's hiring weekly job fair.
Well, I know it's chilly, so I hope you have those fuzzy boots on again today. I know
I
we tried to
do.
get a look at them last week, but we didn't. We didn't want. Oh, there they are. All right, yeah, those are comfy. So, and you notice I'm at home today, so I'm actually off today. So this is my commitment. So I have the day off. I'm actually meeting with a specialist because I've had some pain in my hand, and so I'm gonna go. We're gonna go take a look. They have an idea of what it is, so hopefully we can get that taken care of. But that's how committed I am to this. Is even on my day off. I was in Massachusetts on vacation with mom, still doing this. So we are here. That's how much it means to me, and I know that you all have that same passion and drive. And so that's why I don't mind giving up half an hour of my time, even on my day off, to be here and help out people. So Michelle, let's talk not about comfy boots, even though those do look nice. But go ahead. We always like to open it up with the latest jobs numbers. And there was kind of good news, bad news with today's numbers that came out, right?
Yeah, exactly. So good news, bad news. In the week ending January 22nd, the initial claims were 260,000. And again, this is the national numbers. This represents the number of people who lost their jobs and filed for unemployment claims all across the U.S. In the last week, and that's a decrease of 30,000 from the week prior. And so then in the continuing claims, though, this is people who are still looking for work. They lost their job and they are still having to rely on the unemployment benefits for an extended period of time. And that number went up 51,000 from the previous week. So good news and bad news. And here in Texas, those claims are trending downward. Here on the local level in the Houston area, we got the most recent figures available. We got those last Friday, and it shows that unemployment is continuing to trend in the right direction. We are at 4.8% unemployment. So that's much lower from the pandemic highs of 14.8, and still even better than where we were last year at this time, which was 7.6%. So it's trending in the right direction, but we're still not where we were heading into the pandemic, which still was another percentage point lower. And this represents people. This 4.8% unemployment represents 168,000 people in the Houston area who are looking for work or looking for a new or better job. They may be underemployed and looking for a full-time position. So it's still real people. These behind all of these numbers are real people. And so we want to keep in mind that it's still a time to not be ashamed about asking for help because help is available. And the other thing that before we move off of it, the other thing that the monthly jobs report showed us is that employers in the Houston area added over 20,000 jobs in the month of December. So those were their payrolls increased, and the places where this happened is trade, transportation, and utilities. A big part of that was the retail positions, leisure and hospitality, and then construction. So a couple of things to think about when you hear these numbers. One, the trade, transportation, and utilities that's where we capture the retail jobs. And so this represents December employment. Expect that the next round of numbers that we get is going to show some fall off there, because again, we get lots of seasonal jobs in retail over the holidays. So temper those expectations a little bit. Leisure and hospitality is good. Added 3,700 jobs, and again, those were the industries that were hardest hit at the beginning of the pandemic. The restaurants and hotels and that kind of thing. And then here's another thing: is the construction that's ticking upward. And while we don't know this for sure, what we suspect from talking to the folks in the construction sector is that it is pent up work, meaning that during the pandemic, a lot of projects were put on hold because of all of the uncertainties. And so businesses and all of these entities are beginning to feel a little bit more confident. And so those construction projects are moving forward. So that's a really good sign, because the more buildings we have, the more buildings and homes is more opportunity for people to move into the area, people to go to work, and again, more jobs. So the employment picture still is looking good, and we have plenty of job openings today.
Let's talk about those, because by the way, email is working, so was able to get notes and everything, so we're good to go. So let's talk about those jobs, and then I can walk people through as you talk about them, Michelle.
Excellent. So, from time to time, everybody has technology problems, and at Workforce Solutions, it's no different. So,
we also have fire drills live during these events, husbands in the background,
Yep.
it all happens. So
I know. I'm waiting for the day that my cats decide to have one of their little cat fights behind me, because I just know it's going to happen. But our website is down at the moment. WRKsolutions.com is down at the moment. So we stick with us, folks. We'll get it back up as soon as we can. And I'm glad to know that at least my email is working. So that's a good sign. Hopefully that website will be up right here shortly. But nonetheless, for today, we have 4 employers with 13 job postings and 264 job openings. Again, just a reminder that even if you do not see a job that appeals to you in this batch today, reach out to us at the hotline, 713-243-6663, and we can get you connected with job leads that do match what you are looking for. So, different ways that you can find these jobs. Again, our website at the moment is down, but when it comes back up, it'll be at wrksolutions.com/jobs now. But in the meantime, head on over to facebook.com/advance my career. Okay, that's us.
That's us.
Facebook.com /advance my career. That's the workforce solutions page. And once you get to the workforce solutions page, you click on the jobs tab. It's usually the second or third tab across the top. Once you get to that jobs tab, you'll see the listings for the different positions that we are recruiting for. And again, we are actively recruiting for these positions. Employers have asked us to help fill these positions. And in order to participate in the ABC13 event, the employers have to be willing to work with us quickly. They're committed to being able to interview candidates that meet the initial screening and give us responses quickly. So that's the advantage to these positions. So once you get on over to facebook.com/advance my career and take a look at the different job openings, if you see any that you are interested in, hit the apply now button. And what that does is it pulls up a little contact form and it starts a conversation with Terry.
Hey there, Terry.
She says hi back. She's waving. And so we get your contact information that's part of your Facebook profile. And you want to make sure that's accurate and up to date so that we can reach back out to you. We are going to have a workforce solutions recruiter contact you and make sure that you are qualified for this position. If you are qualified for this position, they're going to arrange for an interview with the employer as early as Monday of next week. If for any reason you are not qualified for this position, that's okay. We're still going to find you job leads that suit your skills and experience and the part of town where you want to be in and all of those other things. If you have a resume, feel free to attach that. You can send that as part of a direct message. And again, that'll get to Terry. We do prefer a Word or a PDF. Sometimes we get screenshots or phone pictures, and that doesn't translate into our database. The database.
Oh, that's a good piece of advice, Michelle. I wouldn't have thought of that. Makes sense.
It's this. There's technology that when you upload stuff, it can pick up words, but it has to be from documents, from PDF or Word documents. It's not yet, the machines aren't yet able to read words off of the picture. So you can send that to us through Facebook using the Messenger app, or send it to us by email at jobs@wrksolutions.com. And again, the ABC13 hotline, 713-243-6663.
And then I know that normally I would click on wrksolutions.com and go to jobs now, but I know there are some technical issues today, but let's talk about the jobs that we have posted there.
Absolutely. So we have a number of employers that are working with us this week. Some are a couple of them are related to COVID, and a couple are just normal long-term kinds of positions that you'll see. So starting with the COVID related positions, we are still looking to help with Summer Diagnostics Laboratory. They need to fill some part-time openings for COVID swabbers. So, this is the person that is going to be administering the test at what, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the large mega sites. And so these are part-time openings, $14 an hour. If you have a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, or any kind of minimal certification in healthcare, you definitely want to check this out, because again, you can, if you are looking for a full-time job, this can be your bridge job, or if you have a job already, these are part-time positions, so they'll work with your flexibility. Really what's important to them is that you are dependable. Again, they're getting lots of lines at these sites, and so they need to know that if you get on the schedule that you're actually going to show up. Part-time positions paying $14 an hour. So if you have those skills, if you're interested in helping out with that, give us a call. Next is Texas Medical Center Supply. They are looking to fill a number of positions. Texas Medical Supply Corp is a company here in Houston. It's a local company. They manufacture PPE, personal protective equipment, but they're also a distributor of medical supplies. So they're looking for a number of positions. They need an estimator. So this is a full-time position. You're going to be working with the individuals who are again putting together those larger orders and the commercial orders. So this position pays between 50 and 65,000 a year. They do ask that you have 3 years of experience in product estimating, commercial sales, that kind of thing. They also have a sales rep position that is a base of 50,000 plus the commission. They have a couple of other positions. One is the front desk attendant. So if you are in the medical center area, their manufacturing facility is kind of over there near where the Reliant Stadium is. You know, that South Main Kirby-ish kind of
NRG
area.
Stadium?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, that thing.
Yes.
You're lucky I'm still not calling it the Astrodome. You know me. You know I'm old and I can't remember. I can't.
It's near the
transition.
Astrodome, but it's NRG Stadium, not Reliant.
NRG Stadium, which now
Yep.
dwarfs my tiny little Astrodome.
Yep, Astrodome. Yep. See, you just got me. You're just seeing if I'm paying attention over here. I got you.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. It's so just a couple more positions there. A front desk attendant, so that's an office job that pays up to $17 an hour, and then they have warehouse positions, which again pay up to $17 an hour there. For those positions, you do need to have a high school diploma, and again, you are working in a manufacturer, supplier, distributor kind of position. So keep that in mind. Here's another fun, interesting company that we're working with. It's called Triple Canopy, and they are looking for security positions. These are security positions outside of the US. In particular, they are trying to fill positions for assignments that they have in Israel, in Kuwait, and they have quite a few openings available. It's a full-time position. Pay ranges upwards of 47,000, upwards of 57,000, depends on where you're going, the background and experience that you bring to the table for these positions, because again, these are overseas security positions. You do have to have some military experience, or they're looking for either military or law enforcement experience. Maybe at least you've been a certified security person and have the ability to pass those background checks, and you have the ability to relocate, because again, these are going to be long-term assignments. So again, that's with Triple Canopy, and they are looking for overseas security guards. Last employer that I want to talk about is again Metro Transit Authority. They are looking to fill some positions. Of course, they always have a need for drivers, mechanics, and cleaners, but they are also looking for an intelligent transportation system technician. What I like about this is that they are looking for someone who has the associate's degree in electronics technician. So, you know, we've been talking about those training programs with San Jacinto College down at the spaceport. And here's an example of how that training can be good for you, not just for one particular job, but then building on that training to get additional education. In this case, you know, taking that certification, then moving on and getting your associate's degree in order to be able to move up. So this position pays between 55 and 68,000 a year. So these are pretty good paying jobs. Not to mention that Metro has amazing benefits. So you factor that in, and it's a really great career opportunity. So those are some of the positions that we're actively recruiting for this week. We are, again, hoping to fill these positions quickly. So if you're interested in any of these, check them out on Facebook or give us a call at 713-243-6663.
Okay, and one other topic I want to talk about before we wrap up here. I know inflation seems to be at the
Mhm.
forefront. I think the Fed talked about raising the interest rate here in March is when they're going to talk about doing it. So when it comes to applying for jobs and
Mhm.
you have your credit history, and if you've got a low credit score, how could that impact when you're looking for jobs? Can it impact?
Mhm.
What's your advice on that subject, Michelle?
Absolutely. It's one of those things that we really don't think about, that there is a connection. But when you are a company, when you're an employer, you're looking at a number of things. You're not only looking for qualified candidates, but in some cases, you're looking to see how to mitigate risk for your company. So, um, if you are looking for a new or better job, don't let your credit history keep you from moving forward. Nerdwallet.com did a survey, or they quoted a survey where 25% of HR professionals actually use credit checks while they're hiring. So you could get the conditional job offer, and then you hear them say, okay, but now we need to do a background check and oftentimes even a credit check. And this is particularly true if you are applying for positions that require security clearance. Again, we just talked about that. If it's going to be access to money, so if you're going to be doing cash handling, maybe it is corporate financial information, or even sensitive customer data. It's, again, at Workforce Solutions, this is something that we do as well, because we want to know that, because we're responsible for individuals' confidential information, social security numbers, and things like that. We need to be certain. We need to have a certain level of confidence that the people we hire are going to be able to hold that trust. So it is important to make sure that you keep track of your credit history, and make sure that all of that is up to date. None of that is going to keep you from landing your next job. And if you need help with this, at Workforce Solutions, we partner with the United Way Thrive. It's a wonderful network of local community-based organizations that support financial literacy. So if you are interested in building or rebuilding your financial stability, definitely check out the United Way Thrive. There's a couple of ways you can connect with them. Call the United Way helpline at 211 and ask to speak to a Thrive specialist. Or, of course, reach out to us at the ABC13 hotline and we'll get you connected. At Workforce Solutions, this partnership is long and deep. We, pre-pandemic, we had many of those community-based organizations doing those financial literacy sessions in our offices. Of course, much of that has moved into the online realm. But again, we at Workforce Solutions realize that not everybody recognizes that credit can impact your ability to land a new or better job. So we want to make sure that you have access to the resources, so that you can understand your credit history, work on that, and then through that, build a better career.
And I'm excited. I think I saw a preview of what we want to talk about next week,
Mhm.
and I think you saw tax credits for
Mhm.
people that want to work. So I know I did a story early this week on filing your taxes. The IRS opened that up on Monday. So if you like doing it, yay! If you don't, boo. But I know it's a top of mind subject. So I'm really excited to talk about that next week, because that's something I didn't even really honestly think of.
Mhm.
But taxes are sometimes way over my head. So
Me too. Me
yeah,
too.
but that is interesting about tax credits for that type of stuff, and it makes sense.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to dive into that subject next week.
Wonderful. We look forward to it, because, again, at Workforce Solutions, we want to make sure that it's not just about the jobs. It's about making sure people build good careers so that we can have a thriving economy. And so we'll be looking forward to being able to share the information about the tax credits, and about how people can take advantage of them. And if they need help, making sure they can connect with those resources too.
Do you know, going back to the checking your credit score and stuff, I
Mhm.
know that you all have a number of online virtual, like educational courses. Do you know if any of those are tied to that, or if the United Way has any online courses that people can watch as well?
Absolutely. If you go to wrksolutions.com/online learning, there's a link to online financial literacy courses, and you can take advantage of those for free. And then again, if you need a little bit more, call that 211 number and ask to speak to a Thrive specialist. They'll get you connected, or we can send you links to some of the online courses as well. We're happy to do it because, again, you don't want it to stand in your way. Just, there's we look for new jobs so that we can earn more money, and we shouldn't let things that have happened in the past stand in the way. So there's ways to get to improve your score. There's ways to resolve things on those credit reports that may or may not even be yours. And really, one of the keys is just to learn how to access your credit report and read what's on there so that you can know and understand what your prospective employers are seeing when they take a look at your credit report.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, everyone, for joining us on our weekly virtual job fair. We will be back again next week, comfy shoes included. And hopefully hopefully the weather will be a little bit warmer, but I love it. I have so many, I'm a Yankee, so I've got so many warm weather clothes that I never get to use. So I'm loving the temps in the 40s and 50s. So I can finally, you can see I never wear it because you see how it like hooks up with the hanger. So I never, so I never get to wear my my warm clothes. So I'm really excited about that. All right, Michelle, you have a great weekend, huh?
You do the same. You
Thank
do
you. I
the same,
appreciate
Nick.
it. You all take care. We will see you again next week. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, again, call our ABC13 viewer hotline 713-243-6663. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.